Hey, what's up, y'all? This is DJ Wiz from Kid and Play, and I'm listening to ESP, and don't y'all know it's a house party up in here? You better tune in.
Yep. Good evening and welcome to ESP and Speak. We got it this time. Hey, Jax.
You see?
What's up?
How you doing, ass?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Really weird week. I won't say tough week, weird week. There were a lot of great things that happened this week thus far. Of course, it was Easter Sunday, so I had a nice Easter weekend. How was your Easter weekend?
It was another day.
Oh, okay. Well,
it was good. It was good. It wasn't bad, so it was good.
I got to go back it's been a while since I've physically been in a church. So we were physically in a church and I got to see my pastor, and his wife is actually a pastor as well. So I got to see them both, and he spoke and he tore the place up, and it was nice. The energy is different when you're actually there. It's one thing to see it on screen every Sunday morning, but some folks don't need that. I need that energy. I need to be with church family sometimes. Just being in a room with people believing in the same thing is a positive energy. Just like us being together. We believe in the same things, we talk about the same things, and we feed on that energy. I guess we have that in several different facets of our life. But I say all that to say I had a good week. And you had a good week. And
okay.
Okay. Before,
look, I'm still here. I'm still breathing. So at the end of the week, it was a good week.
It's all a plus when you can inhale and exhale. Gotcha, girl. I do want to start with something this week. I just want to get this energy out of the way because a lot of our listeners tapped into something that happened on last week's show. And I want to just quickly address it and be done. Clearly, as I said, several of you, and when I say several, I'm not talking 2, 3, about 65 of you hit my inbox, called my personal number, called our number for ESP&JAXS Speaks, and said, yo, what was that? And here's the breakdown. And like I said, Jax, I'm only going to take 22 seconds, and I promise it's not going to be a rant because we don't do that. When you are invited into our house, come in and act like your mama taught you something. And for the 65 people who did contact us, you know what I'm saying. So I'm going to enlighten the other people who are listening for the very first time. I always tell you, Jax and I take a lot of time and effort to put into this show to make sure that we give you the information that you need. Like last week, we did this tax show, and that was very important. Some of you learned things that you had no idea. And some of you have been filing taxes for over 20, 30 years. And we said things that you had heard for the very first time. It was important. I'd like to believe that every show that we do is important. Now let's segue into what happened. While the show was happening, there was someone on the main board typing what I would deem as being unnecessary. Unnecessary, not for the fact that what he was saying wasn't important. That's not the point. When you come in as a friend or an associate of ours, while we're doing what we do, because we invited you, don't try to focus on your agenda, because what was being said was totally out of pocket. He was talking about events in history that he wanted to have focused from his show. That's not what was going on at that time. Once again, several of you, I thought it was going to be 1 or 2 or 3, but several of you actually saw it, honed in on it, and was like, what is this? I'm not going to repeat, because you were confused. And then it was out of the clear blue. And he wasn't cursing or anything. He was just talking about a set of issues. And here's the thing. This person has been on other shows and has done this as well. And here's why I was hurt. I defended him when he was on the other shows. I actually picked up the phone and called him and said, listen, you can't do things like that. Because Jax and I approach things with love. If we see a brother or a sister out there doing something out of pocket, we pick up the phone and we'll call and say, hey, that wasn't a good look for you. Whatever. I'm saying this now to let, again, the 65 people who took the time to contact us, thank you. We appreciate you. But we put an end to that nonsense because we shut him down. We erased all of the comments. I hope we got everything, Jack. So I'm not going to spend a tremendous amount of time on this. We love you. We care for you. We will continue to bring the information you need. And we will also continue to shut the nonsense down. When it's unnecessary, it's unnecessary. We were talking about taxes, and we did not need to hear about blackness and slavery. No, we've done shows on that. That was not the time. You needed to focus on your taxes. Now it's over. I recognize. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And Jax, we have police. We have our own chat room police. So kudos to
I
our
like
family.
it.
Thank you so much.
This is like my mother used to say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. But just know that we do value your opinion, but we just wanted to keep it on the subject of the show so that everyone can ask their questions and all of the information can be dispersed without all of the fluff and all of the craziness. So
That's
thank
right.
you, police.
And if there's any fluff, it should come from us. Okay. So now, so Fluffy.
Speaking of fluff,
Speaking of fluff, so Jax, where can they see us at? Where we at?
well, you know, there are a lot of places where you can check us out, and you may be watching us live on Facebook Live or iHeartRadio. You can, well, actually, you can't watch us on iHeartRadio, but you can listen to us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. You can see us on YouTube Live. Also, tuned in, Anchor, Breaker, Radio Public, Twitch Live, Stitcher, Overcast, and Podcast. Now, if
You
they
good?
need to contact us, Steve,
Take a breath.
where can they reach us? Woosah.
Holy moly, you good? Well,
Yep.
we are also on IG at ESP Real Talk. We're on Twitter at ESP Speaks. You can also drop us an email at esp@espspeaks.com. You can also drop us another email at espspeaks@gmail.com. Or if you want to leave us a voicemail and you don't feel like typing, you can call us at 929-336-7887 and leave a message. And we take ideas for the show there as well. So you can leave us a message with a suggestion. If you don't feel like talking on the phone or you don't feel like typing an email, you can text us at 516-400-7269. So you have a myriad of ways to get in contact with us. And I'd like to make a shout out this week, Jax. You know, I don't usually do shout outs, but
You shouting too.
I'm going to shout to Al Pizarro because his book is finally on Amazon. He's on Author House, and you can call directly to him if you want. He's over at hiphopboulevard.net. And that book is Am I a Good Father? He was on with us 2 weeks ago, and I thought the book was fabulous. I've been reading it, and it's a good read. It's not overly done. It's not a long book. If you're an avid reader, you can get it done in 2 days, maybe one if you really want to just sit down and dig into it. But it's heartwarming, and it's a journey. And guys, I recommend this book because it'll help you out with your journey. There's a couple of things that he might help you to see a different light on. So once again, the name of that book is Am I a Good Father? And that's by Al Pizarro, available on Amazon and Author House. And I have one more shout out to our Black Business of the Week. And it happens to be one of my sheroes. Her name is Patricia America. She's with Caldwell Banker. And let's take a quick minute and look at what she's up to.
This is Patricia America, and today I want to talk to you about the affordability of owning a home. I'm sure you've seen the frenzy out there where the real estate market is just on fire, and you're probably wondering why. Why is it on fire, and why is it so affordable now, especially when most Americans have not seen pay increases over the last decade, but yet home prices have gone up into the double digits. Well, the reason why is because interest rates have really dropped to an all-time low. I mean, in most cases across the country, you're going to have interest rates below 3%. And that has really given most first-time home buyers the opportunity to jump into the market. In most cases, if you're not living with mom and dad, you're paying rent. And what we've seen across the country as well is that most people that are paying rent are now paying the same amount in mortgage payments. So if I were to ask you a question, America, if you can get benefits out of paying a mortgage and owning a home, why would you give those benefits to your landlord? We already know that you can get equity when you own a home, that you can get tax write-offs at the end of the year by owning a home, and you're building legacy for your posterity, for generations to come. It's generational wealth. So if you have those benefits, why not own a home when you can pay about the same amount as you would as if you were paying rent? So I am Patricia America, the purpose-driven realtor, and my purpose is to make all of your real estate dreams a reality. Give me a call today and let's make you a part of the equation and show you how affordable being a homeowner really is and the benefits that you can reap from it. Have a great day, America.
All right. So family, this week, Jax and I put the question out there to 100 women. What do women really want? You know, 2 weeks ago, we had what do men want? So we had to come to the sisters and ask, what do women really want? And the answers, for the most part, I found extremely shocking because I expected them to be in a whole different stream of things. But Jax, you approached this in a different way because you made a list of things. What do you got over there?
Well, from my questions, I wanted to just kind of list it down to get the bullet points. You know what I mean? Women, of course, we want our men to be attractive, but attraction is not just physical. It's part of your behavior, your thoughts. We want a man that's chivalrous, has manners, a sense of humor, sense of grooming, and a pleasant temperament. So, the list that I have come up with is simple. Number one, we want love and affection. That's the foundation of any relationship. 2, a bit of admiration can do wonders. When your significant other or your husband says something like, boy, you really cleaned up the kitchen nice this week, or, last week when you changed that tire, that was hot. That kind of admiration can go a long way. It really can. She wants attention. Not all of your attention, but make her feel like she exists. She wants a partner who's a friend. If you don't have a relationship based on a friendship first, I think you're missing out on a lot. Encourage her to follow her dreams. Don't be a dream smasher. She wants a bond. She wants a bond of equals. 50-50. I think the best relationship is a 50-50 partnership. That doesn't mean everything is sliced down the middle. He might take 90% of this task where you take 10, or you take 80% of that task and he takes 20, but it's equal. You've sat down, you've talked about it, you discussed it, and this is how you work. Sexual satisfaction, not attraction, satisfaction. So don't be like a Carmen, okay? And by that, I mean, don't pull out without looking to see who's coming, okay? She wants a shoulder to cry on. Stop it. Get your mind out of the gutter. She wants a shoulder to cry on. Not that she is a crybaby, but when she's feeling some way, she needs you to be there. Understanding and forgiveness. A husband who supports her with a yes. Now, that doesn't mean say yes to anything she says, but that goes back to dream smashing. If she has a dream, don't shoot it down. Talk about it, discuss it, pros, cons, but make her feel like her opinion and her dreams matter and that you are supportive of them. He's got to be a good listener because we like to chatter, okay? Just listen. Be confident, be supportive. And one thing as a woman I like, surprise me from time to time. It doesn't have to be a gift. Just surprise me from time to time. It could be something you say, something you do, a gift that you bring, or a note that you write. Surprise her and give her space. If she gives you the silent treatment, just move out of the way. Move out of the way. Get lost. Don't be found. Don't be seen. Give her space. And trust. Well, this is number 16. Trust is major. A lot of women want a man that's not looking to check her phone, her emails, where you going, who you doing, what you seeing, Trust. Relationships are built on trust. And number 17, you gotta love her family. If you're gonna marry her, try and love her family. It's, not everybody has the best mother-in-law, father-in-law, sisters-in-law, but if you can at least be civil with her family, it goes a long way. So those are kind of the bullet points that I came up with after these discussions, and I typically agree. So what did you discover in your interviews with these women that shocked you so much? I need to know.
Well, now, you at least got relationship information. And that's when I went in with this. That's what I was expecting. You ask women, what do you want? The first thing you think is they're going to ask or they're going to answer with regard to relationships. Wait till you hear this. Now, I kind of named them. I did what was his name? The guy that used to be on David Letterman's top 10 list. So I'm going to start from number 10. Women want to learn how to change their own oil. There were about 35, 40 women who said, but JAXS, out of the box, for the first 5, 6 questions, none of them had to really do with relationships. I'm going to go on. So change my own oil, which I thought was great because I know how to change my own oil. I was razor boy. Number 9,
I do too.
Say I love you. Now, I asked, does this pertain to a relationship? They said, no, not really. Say I love you in general. I have girlfriends that I love. I have my children that I love, but mean it because actions speak louder than words. And I'm like, okay, that makes a lot of sense because especially in this time of COVID where we've been locked up and people are passing away and you never know when I love you is going to be the most pertinent thing that you say out loud. So that was powerful. Say I love you. Number 8, here is a relationship associated question. So I thought, have a sense of adventure and excitement. I said, with your man? They were like, no, with everybody. So there was a trend by the time that I got to that, there was a trend that I was seeing that women are becoming so self-empowered that they're not leaning everything into just relationship, which is a good thing because sometimes you and I talk about this all the time. I think we put too much pressure on men sometimes when we're in relationships because we look to them for everything and expect them to be everything. And, oh, you complete me. You got to come in with a full sense of self before you can be a part of someone else. But that's a whole nother show. I purposely asked this question next. What about oral sex? Because I needed them to come back to a relationship associated question. Wait till you hear this. 46% of the women say, I only like it because he likes it. 30% said, I love it. 19% said, I don't like it at all. 5% said, dead that. Forget it. You're not going to get me to try it. I'm not even going to think about it. And I was a little shocked, but okay. Good sex. All right. I figured we were going to get on a roll now and we were going to start to get into relationship questions. Number 5. God and family and my spiritual presence. This is in order of importance of these 100 women. Number 4, relationships filled with love. Once again, is we talking about your man here? No, everything. Okay. Number 3, a flat stomach and a healthy body. Number 2, this was funny and powerful. I would like them to create a drug that allows me to eat anything that I want. This was a serious response from over 75 women. By the time I got to number 52, I said, maybe I should integrate this as a question. And I asked them, and they loved the answer. They want to eat what they want and not gain weight. Okay. Also, they want me time on a regular basis. Once a month, they want to take me time and go away for a rejuvenation or self-centered trip on their own. I figured that was pretty nice. I mean, we should do that, you know?
That space I was talking about. Yes.
There you go.
You need to learn how to be alone by yourself.
You ready for number 1?
Mm-hmm.
Did you think it was going to be relationship? Did you think it was going to be marriage?
No.
Honestly, I really was expecting marriage, the ring, because 20 years ago, that's what, if I had asked these questions to women 20 years ago, these are the things that would have been said. Wait till you hear number 1. A salary increase with job perks and full job security with financial security for myself. All I could answer was, "Oh, mama, do your thing." So clearly, Jax, the trend with women is leaning away from that interdependency. And I'm not sure 100% if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm glad women are having a stability and a sense of themselves, but we cannot move 100% away from it where we're not looking for it in the relationship as well. We have to be able to mesh all of these things together. Yeah?
Well, I think based on the answers you received and how you compiled versus what I compiled, I think they're looking for everything in life, and that deals with relationship, personal life. So I don't think we're getting away from it. In fact, I think, like you said, women are becoming a little bit more empowered. So the list is not just relationship based anymore. There are other things now to take into account. So I honestly, though, within the relationship, The answers that I received make complete sense. Outside of the relationship, the answers that you received, I think it all works together. So I don't think we're getting away from it. I think our list is just getting stronger.
Nice. Okay. Now, you know me. You know I couldn't just leave it at those. Yes, you do. I had to create a lightning round. So rather than them tell me, I compiled something and then called them after the fact and said, okay, thanks for answering the first ones. After I compiled all of the data and put them in the listing of 1 to 10, I have something called the lightning round. So listen to the lightning round. Now, this again is me throwing things at them, and this is the order in which they came back with what was important. Now we're going from most important all the way through. Okay? Did that make sense? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Good. Salary, surgical procedures, prayer and meditation, knowing how because he won't. Basically meaning he's not getting up and do it. So I got to be that, what do they call it? The DNY, do it yourself?
DIY.
Okay. Yeah, her.
DIY too.
That. Most women want to go to a strip club.
I see it.
That I was thrown by that one.
We want to know what goes on in there because you're going there. So
okay. Really? Okay. I'm glad you explained it to me because okay, we're moving on.
Lessons for other reasons. Let me not dictate your life. So
a lot of women said they want to have more drinks. I don't know if that's a COVID thing or what, but they want more drinks. But I see a lot of women doing like posts on social media about wine and stuff, and the juice box is a wine bottle, and so maybe more drinks, I guess. They want the government to get out of their crotch. I wholeheartedly support that one.
Agreed.
I don't need your permission when I'm venting. So I guess there are some women who are letting it loose and other people have things to say, or their relationship partner has something to say and they don't like that. Less workout, more of what works. That I thought was interesting. Credit card debt was a point of interest for them. Foreplay skills. Wow. Okay. I asked this question and I thought this was particularly interesting. What's the first thing that you look at when you see a man that you're attracted to? And I saw a trend with two groups of women of color and women who are Caucasian. So I'm not even going to ask you. I'm going to just jump right in. Caucasian women look at the color of men's eyes.
So I knew that. Okay. The color.
We do have something in common, though. They look at the color of their eyes. Black women, when they've assessed that they like a man and they see a man that they're attracted to, the first thing that they look at is...
Wait. Is it high or low?
I gotta stop laughing first because when I heard this, I said, it's so true. And I didn't realize that I do it too. Their shoes.
Shoes. I knew it. Shoes.
Because you know, if sis, they ain't go for you and your shoes are busted, forget it. Because if you can't take care of your kicks, Whether they're sneakers, dress shoes, don't matter. You can't take your ear kicks, we got a problem. The next thing that Black women look
That's
at
why
is
I asked, was it
high or low.
their
So
shoes?
it's shoes. And
That's exactly. I knew it.
the second thing that Black women look at is, I'm gonna let you try to guess this one.
It's high, isn't it?
It's, did you say high or tie?
Uh-huh.
It's high.
High or low.
It's
It's
high.
high. Teeth.
That's it.
Teeth.
That's it. The second thing that
Wow.
so the second thing that white women look at is their hair.
Okay.
So it's the eyes and the hair for them. And for us, it's the shoes and the teeth.
Shoes.
Now, you know, we don't really get involved with the hair, because if a brother is bald, it's all good. If if he got locks, it's all good. If you got a nice, because we do the shape up and the fade and everything. So, and a guy normally in our culture will go to the barbershop on a regular basis anyway. So that's something that they look forward to. That's like us doing our nails and our feet. Okay, so yeah, those
Now,
are my list.
I will say, as far as the eyes are concerned, I would think we don't necessarily look at eye color. We just look at the eyes.
Mm.
The eyes are the soul, the window to the soul. So that's interesting now. That breakdown is very interesting. Shoes and teeth. Wow. How did I know that?
Because you're a
Mama told me well.
But I did have another short list in the lightning round of things. I wanted to know, again, I was pushing for the relationship issues, and every time I made a list and was pushing for the relation, they pushed back at me. So I created a list specifically so I could hear what women expect men to do always. And this was across the board. Women expect, and this is going to help you guys out because sometimes you're iffy. We expect you to open the door. We expect you to pull out a chair, especially if you're amongst your peoples and we're amongst our peoples. It's not a question of being a feminist. It's not a question of I can do for myself. It's a question of being a gentleman. And regardless of what we say, we appreciate when you do these things because it makes us feel like you're treating us like a lady. Help with my jacket. Stand up when I'm about to leave the table. And this was classic, Jax. When we're walking down the street, walk on the outside. No lady should be on the outside. You put us at risk, or we sometimes, let's call it what it is. We put ourselves at risk because we hard-headed, but be the gentleman. Guys, listen, really. We talk a lot of smack sometimes. Women get full of themselves. And I did a show. I think I don't know if you were with me on that show, Jax, but I did a show where I made a statement about women and their strengths and the fact that we have been doing things for ourselves so long that we kind of wear the pants and we'll fight you and buck you on it. Nothing is more classic and beautiful and romantic and heartwarming and all of the wonderful adjectives that I could pull out my hat than a man that acts like a gentleman and does what's really in his heart. No woman can look at that and say, well, you're treating me like I'm weak. No. Honey, open the door for me every day of the week. Pull out my chair anytime you want. You come around and open the car door if you want. I'm sorry.
That goes back to that admiration and just your chivalrous nature, your manners, because what you listed there, that is so old school. That's what I grew up with seeing and remembering, and I don't see that much anymore. So, it's not a sign of weakness on our part. It's just treat me like a queen. I want to be treated like somebody's queen. Nothing wrong with that.
And it's interesting that you said that that's what we were raised seeing. Here's the thing. We talk so often about a whole generation of boys being raised without any fathers and no mentors. Gentlemen, you are in the position to correct that. Because even if it's not your child, somebody's child, some male child may be looking at you from a distance and watching you open a door. And maybe he's never seen that, or maybe he has seen that and he hasn't seen it often enough. But whatever it may be, it's a part of your character in being a gentleman. Just do it. It's fine. It's fine. Just don't let us make no noise. It's fine. Here, there was another question that I had, and this one was funny. How many dates do you have to go on before you have sex? I'm going to ask you because I didn't ask you this question.
You're going to ask me.
Oh, that's right. You can't. You're in something now. You're entangled. All right. Forget about you. Out of the 100 women, the first date, 6% said they're going to have sex on the first date. I kept thinking, but okay. That wasn't nice. I'm sorry. Number 2, 3 dates, 36%. 28% of women said they would have sex on the 5th date. 21% said from date 6 through 10, they would be prone to have sex for the first time. And I asked, because there were some women who were holding out for marriage, and I'm like, wow, at our age, you still holding out for marriage? Good luck with that. 9% of the women said, I will wait as long as it takes for me to get married. So I don't want to be mean, but some of y'all gonna die without having sex, but okay. Moving on. I'm sorry, that wasn't funny.
That was so mean.
How many dates will you go on before you pay for dinner for the first time? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Jack was like, I ain't paying for nothing. 51% said they're going to pay for dinner on the first date and they're going to fight for it. I'm like, go ahead with that.
Okay.
32% said I would do it on the 2nd or 3rd date. 7% said the 4th through the 6th date. And 2% said they would definitely pay on the 7th date. 5% said they're not paying at all. He must pay each time. I was like, okay.
Here's my thing. If you ask me on the first date, pay. If I ask you on the first date, I'll pay.
You mean if you ask me out? Well, not me, but if you ask him out on the first date.
Exactly. Yes.
I'm hating you right now.
Look, I don't know. I just feel like if you meet on an app or something like that and he asks you, do you want to go to dinner? He should pay. If you say to him, hey, you want to go out and meet for drinks or something, pay for his first drink then. I don't see anything wrong with that. But, if he says, if you asked him and you get there and he says, I'll pay for it, let him. Let him.
I think it's part of the charm. I mean, either way, if you're in a good position where you have the money and you have a job, I don't see there's anything wrong with a woman paying for a man's drink to catch his attention. I think it's kind of sexy. But in terms of going out to dinner and so on, I personally like, especially the first couple of times, because once again, as you said, you feel like a lady. You feel it's very old fashioned. And some of us, it's okay to be old fashioned. I like to be the giggly, feel that giggly girl, whether I show it on the outside. I like to feel that giggly feeling on the inside. It's nice. It's nice to know that somebody's willing to go through the expense for you. Am I getting giggly now, right?
Like you're seeing a date somewhere in your mind's eye that you're getting ready for.
Well, I told you last week that your boy was acting up, so maybe he'll hear this and act a little bit better. But are you
One
listening,
could
dear?
wish.
Yeah, I'm gonna fight you. So, in closing, with the ladies, because like we said, this was going to be a very focused show on what their wants. I've seen collectively from the 100 women that basically women need the men in their life or the partners in their lives to be feminist allies who want to genuinely see their women succeed every bit as they do. They appreciate respect. They appreciate strength both ways. Because, when you give a woman something, fellas, listen very clearly to this. A real woman, when you give her something, I don't care what it is, she's going to give it back to you tenfold. You give her a seed, she will grow you a home and a family when you give her your seed. You give her money to work for the family, she will help you build. You put a business in her lap and let her know that she's a part of it and it means something to you, she will cultivate that business around you, stand behind you, and back you up. So you need to think about that. Anytime you give a woman something, we are natural nurturers. I'm talking a real woman. I'm talking somebody who was taught to be a real woman and is using her natural instincts to do this. She will always create and surprise you with what she comes up with. So conversely, when you give her negative behavior, you better believe she's going to give it to you 10 times back. When you give her jacked up words and you treat her negatively, say you heard her here, she's going to give you what you asked for. Men should take time to recognize and acknowledge a woman's strength and respect her for it. And in turn, she will respect and develop that relationship for you and with you. And it will become her main priority. So, fellas, you always want to know what we want? We gave you multiple lists. These are real women that we took this information from and ourselves, compiled it so you'd be equipped, because we always trying to give you the right information. Jax, what else you got this week, man?
I think we have given them quite a bit of information, and I think maybe we should go to a commercial break.
Yes, let's do that. Let's take a quick pause, and when we come back, talk about what we got coming up for this week. See you in a minute on ESP&JAXS.
Hey everybody, what's good? It's Jax. I'm back and I've got a review for you today. What's going on in your world? My world is still like almond joys and mounds. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Look, I was scrolling through Amazon looking for something for my kitchen because I'm trying to reorganize. And I don't know how I got sidetracked, but I'm scrolling and I come across this item and I'm just stuck on stupid. First of all, I see it. It's my favorite color. Sparkle. And I'm just like, I have to have it. One voice in the head is saying to me,
what are you going to do with this? I mean, really, why are you buying this? Where are you going to wear it?
And the other voice inside of me is saying,
shut up. I mean, I'm in sparkle mode right now and I have to have this.
Long story short, I'm just going to show you what it is and show you how it looks. And maybe you'll understand why I was so distracted and blinded by the light. Okay, bam. I mean, fabulous, right? You see what I'm saying? I mean, how can you not get distracted by this? Now, I saw a couple of similar items on Amazon, but it looked like that cheap material. You know, when you want to sparkle up a wedding, you go and you get this by the yard. This is not that. These are rhinestones, and I've just got to get closer. I'm so sorry. I'm so busy looking at this as opposed to you. Look at it. The shine, the sparkle. Oh, yes, I am in love. But I'm like, where are you gonna wear this? You can't wear this out to dinner or anything? Oh, yes, I can. Okay. I mean, sometimes when I go to Walmart, I'm looking like I'm dressed for the club. Okay. They know how Jax rolls, but I'm just saying. Now I want to break it down and show you the working parts. This comes with a lobster claw. They call this a lobster claw because it's longer than your normal spring ring that most necklaces come with. And these are a little bit easier to work with. On the other side to this, I've added a larger jump ring on the very end of the chain. It can be very difficult, you know, just putting on a necklace with a small jump ring on the other side. So that enables me to find that jump ring really fast when I'm hooking it around the back of my head. So, and another thing you want to do, open up the lobster claw before you put it around your head. And then I just line it up with my eyes. And because of that big jump ring on the other side, look, you see how simple that was? No strugglation. That's right. Hold on a second. And then again, if it's just sitting too low, you can put your bobby pins here in the side and make it ride. Okay. I just want y'all to see the sparkle and the shine. I mean, and this little detail at the end, the little teardrops. It is so amazing. Pros definitely outweigh the cons. You're not going to wear this every day, but I would just say handle it with care. You want something different for Halloween, then this is an amazing piece. How can you go wrong? Where can you wear it if you go into a belly dancing class? Wear it there. I 100% recommend this. I mean, you could wear it for your sexy him or even your sexy her or maybe your sexy they, whoever they may be. You know what I'm saying? Just do a little role playing, okay? If you're interested, I'm going to leave the link below. I hope you took something away from this video. If nothing else, maybe a little bit of entertainment. Don't forget, hit that like button if you did. And please subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell so you will know every time I have a new video uploaded just for you, okay? But in the meantime and in between time, y'all be good. Don't do too much role playing, okay? damn it. Wait, I can't put it on by myself. Hold on. Wait a minute. Everything gets all entangled. Hold on. Let me derobe. At this stage of the game, sometimes my mind wanders. Sometimes it just wanders completely the hell away. I can't find it anywhere. So let's get to the meat and potatoes. A chick gotta go figure out what kind of trouble we gonna get into.
When we get hurt, no one tells us.
Lose the crutches. It's all in your head.
If someone is seriously ill, we don't say,
just feel less pneumonia-y.
So how is it that when
I'm not able to sleep at night?
I'm anxious all the time.
Drinking is the only way I can feel good these days.
Seems like I'm arguing with the people I love nonstop.
or other issues related to our mental health, too many people pretend we can just
snap out of it.
Taking care of our mental health shouldn't be any different than taking care of our physical health. But let's be honest, there's still too much secrecy and shame around seeking help. The truth is, this affects nearly all of us. 1 in 5 adult New Yorkers are dealing with a mental health disorder every year. Now imagine a city where the path to taking care of your mental health is crystal clear. We're not just going to imagine it. We created a roadmap for mental health to make our city as healthy and as strong as it can be. The roadmap has 6 guiding principles. Change the culture. Let's make it easier to talk about our mental health. Act early. Investing in prevention gives New Yorkers the tools to weather challenges. Close treatment gaps. We need proven programs in every neighborhood and every community. Partner with communities. The wisdom of local communities will help us get to the most effective solutions. Use data better. Better data means better treatment, better policies, and better prevention. Strengthen government's ability to lead, because we have a responsibility to support your access to mental health. New York City is moving closer to the day when the path to mental health is clear for every New Yorker. Get involved. Find out more about the roadmap here.
And welcome back. Boy, this show was chock full of some good information that I can put in my back pocket too. But what do we have in store coming up next week?
You have it in your back pocket, don't sit down.
Right in my back pocket.
Awesome. Next week, we're going to take a look at the vegan lifestyle. A lot of folks have written into us, Jackie, and said, well, you do recipes and stuff like that. Can you do a vegan recipe? Are you into keto? And I said, you know what? I know a holistic vegan, and she's a chef, and she has a whole thing where she cooks for people and stuff like that, and shows them how to do things in the vegan lifestyle. Here's the thing. Vegan is not just a meal, because people want to change their eating and they say, I'm going to become a vegan. Vegan is a whole lifestyle. Vegan is about what you put in your hair. It's about what you put on your body. It's about how you buy your clothes. It's what you put on your feet. So we're going to have Vanessa, the Veganese, come in, and she's going to have a chat with us about that. Tell us about the vegan lifestyle, and maybe she'll cook something for us, and we'll veg out, so to speak. We'll veg out.
That should be interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, because especially it's summertime, you want to eat a little lighter, and vegetables are always going to be good for you, or changing to a plant-based diet is always going to be a good thing. So I'm looking forward to that. And that's what we got this week, Jax.
That's it. In a nutshell, a couple of nutshells, some big nutshells.
some nutty nutshells. But as usual, we had a good time. And we thank you so much for being with us. You always, always keep our numbers up. And I didn't get to say thank you in the beginning to you as a family. We really, really appreciate you. We love you being here. And you know what, Jax? It's going to be a year that we have been on as ESP Speaks and then ESP Speaks with Jax. So, wow. You got to understand, folks didn't think we were going to survive. We've been on for a year with a stable community. But we'll talk about that at another time. In the meantime, in between time, we love you guys. We want you to stay healthy. Hope you're wearing your masks. Hope you're going to get your vaccines because it's opened up. Now it's just over the age of 16 in New York. So go get them. Make the appointment. Go get them. And Jax, I think it's time to tie it up. So upgrade your conviction to match your destiny. That's my point of thought for this week. So think about that. Upgrade your conviction to match your destiny. And like I said, in the meantime, you know what we're going to say. Be positive.
Test negative.
We'll see you next time on ESP&JAXS Speaks. Say goodnight, Jax.
Good night, Jax.